And I think now more than ever, the issue of who gets to represent whom in writing is a very sensitive one. I have the impression, certainly from your writing, this is something you're aware of. So how did you approach that issue in this collection and in these stories? Maybe in a more general sense, what's your take on it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a conversation I've been having a lot recently, but probably with the release of the book as well. So it's kind of been prompted more and more. And as you say, it was something I was very, very aware of when writing the book. The fourth story, Whose Story, was very much a kind of look at that. That was actually another one that was very rooted in an experience that I had with my wife. And even though I took the story in a very different direction.
I hope you're not the husband in that story.
Yeah, I'm not the husband in the story. But
he's not a sympathetic character. So
yeah, but I kind of was very interested in that character, and the husband was almost a manifestation of some of the thoughts and questions that I'd been having with myself, because we had this event in Greece, and I remember afterwards we were telling this story when we got home. It was quite a dramatic event, and it was a lot of different things happened. But I was telling this story, and as I was telling it more and more with people, and people were very interested to hear about it. But then I was also questioning of like, why am I telling this story? Am I telling this story for awareness, or to say what happened, or to raise awareness about all of these boats that were coming in and the awful conditions and situations that these people were in and what refugees and immigrants are going through? Or was there an element of like telling it for my own ego? And I was kind of battling with that for a while. And a lot of these stories are actually almost not self-critical, but in writing them, it was almost like a therapeutic process where I was having conversations with myself. And in this instance, this was ultimately, it's a Syrian's experience. It's lots of Syrians' experience who are going through this. And yet it was a story that I was telling. And so even away from the book, I started thinking about like stories, whose stories are whose to tell, and how can we tell them? And why do some people get to tell stories and why do some people not? And in that story, I very much take it to an extreme where to try and make a more obvious point. But I was grappling with this a lot throughout. I think the publishing industry has got many flaws, and for a long time it has obviously been a very centered around white Western voices, and that is changing.